Din Djarin and Grogu are finally heading to the big screen in 2026, and Star Wars may have just revived one of its biggest failures for the movie. That's right, the Galactic Starcruiser, aka Disney's infamous $6,000 Star Wars hotel, just showed up in the first teaser for the Mandalorian and Grogu. Let's break down this massive Easter egg and talk about what this could mean for the future of Star Wars on the big screen. What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into the brand new teaser for The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, the film is directed by Jon Favreau and will be hitting theaters next year on May 22nd. This is the first time Din and Grogu will be headlining their own Star Wars movie, and Disney is already planting some deep cut references, including a blink and you'll miss it nod to the now defunct Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. We're going to go through the teaser in order, and along the way I'll give you my thoughts on how these Easter eggs connect to the story and maybe even hint at the film's setting. The teaser opens with classic Star Wars imagery. Starships gliding across the galaxy, landscapes that feel both familiar and new. All 3 seasons of The Mandalorian are now available on Disney+, and this movie feels like the natural next step. Din and Grogu's story has always been about survival, loyalty, and family, but now we're seeing them step onto a much larger stage. The tone immediately screams cinematic. We're not just in TV territory anymore. This is full-on Star Wars blockbuster mode. Now, here's where it really gets fun. About 36 seconds into the teaser, we see a mysterious, neon-soaked city. Sharp-eyed fans will recognize this planet instantly. It's Dayu, the same location Obi-Wan visited in his Disney Plus series. Dayu is full of shadows, bounty hunters, smugglers, and secrets. It's the perfect playground for Din Djarin. We get this slow, deliberate shot of footsteps splashing through a puddle. At first glance, it seems like a moody, atmospheric detail, but look closely at the reflection in the water. This is where Jon Favreau and the Star Wars team snuck in something absolutely wild. In the reflection, you can spot a neon banner ad, and if you pause and zoom in, it's the Halcyon, the Starcruiser ship from Disney World's now closed Galactic Starcruiser Hotel experience. Yes, the infamous $6,000 Star Wars hotel that lasted barely a year and a half is officially canonized in a Star Wars movie. The banner even shows the Halcyon in all of its marketing glory, complete with its name written out in Arabic. It's a subtle reference, but it confirms that the Halcyon exists in the Star Wars galaxy, at least as an advertisement for luxury space travel. This is the first time the Galactic Starcruiser has ever been referenced in a Star Wars movie, which makes this a huge Easter egg for fans who followed the hotel's rocky history. Now let's pause here and talk about why this reference matters. The Galactic Starcruiser opened at Disney World in March of 2022. It promised a 2-day, 2-night immersive Star Wars adventure. Guests boarded the Halcyon, interacted with characters, trained with lightsabers, and lived out their own Star Wars story. Sounds incredible, right? But the execution had problems. The rooms were tiny, the pricing was astronomical, and the experience felt more like being trapped in a themed cruise ship than living in a galaxy far, far away. After just 18 months, in September of 2023, Disney finally pulled the plug. It's now remembered as one of the biggest missteps in Star Wars theme park history. And yet, here it is, immortalized in a Star Wars movie. So why would Favreau and Lucasfilm decide to include this nod? On one level, it could just be a clever wink for hardcore fans, a blink and you'll miss it Easter egg that connects the Disney parks experiment to the larger canon. But on another level, it opens up some very exciting possibilities. What if Din and Grogu actually board the Halcyon during the movie? Imagine a sequence where Din is hired to track a bounty on this luxury Starcruiser. Or better yet, a full-on heist that takes place on the ship, with Grogu sneaking through hallways while Din faces off against mercenaries. The Halcyon is designed with a casino-like lounge, dining halls, and tight quarters. It's practically begging to be used as a Star Wars movie set. And since Disney has no future plans to reopen the hotel, this might be the way of making the most of the investment. So why does this all matter for Star Wars fans? Well, fans who never got to experience the Galactic Starcruiser, and let's be honest, that's most of us, this could be the perfect way to see what it looked like and what it felt like in universe. Instead of a pricey theme park gimmick, it becomes a real part of Star Wars storytelling. And for those who did go, this must feel like a special nod, as if their trip aboard the Halcyon wasn't just a short-lived theme park experiment, but an actual piece of the Star Wars galaxy. So to recap, The Mandalorian and Grogu is hitting theaters next May. The teaser gave us cinematic vibes, a return to Dayu, and most importantly, our first look at the Halcyon's place in Star Wars canon. I think this is a smart move. While the hotel itself may have failed, the concept was still pure Star Wars. The incorporating it into the movie allows Lucasfilm to give fans a taste of what could have been. Personally, I'd love to see Din and Grogu spend time on the Halcyon during the movie. Maybe for a bounty, a rescue mission, or even just a quick stop that spirals into chaos. Personally, I think it's a great way to open up the film. Now it's time for you to tell me what you think. Do you want the Halcyon to play a bigger role in the movie? Or do you prefer it just stays a small Easter egg? Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to keep those heads on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.